Hello everyone to the first race of SRL Season 4 for F3, F4 combined pre-season around Bahrain. Just make sure got all this set up. Video. Should be okay now. Let's see who's first. Miles first out on track in the Ferrari. All drivers out on track as well have opted for the soft compound tyre. Miles comes around the final corner. Start his first flying lap, DRS open. Pick the braking zone for turn 1. Decent enough rotation through turn 1. Not quite flat through 2. DRS open as he comes out of turn 3. To turn 4. Stunt doesn't run too wide on the exit. To 28. First sector split. Avoids the curve going down the hill. Through the hairpin of 8. And his Queener has crashed out to turn 3. And through turns 9 and 10. Gets the car in nicely, does Miles. Onto the back straight. Through turn 11. Keeping it pinned through 12. It's a 1 minute 5.5 millisecond split, runs wide at T13, doesn't invalidate. Game being lenient. And into 14. And flick of 15 on the exit. And up to the line it is a 26.9 to open the timings. And the goes P1 for 26.4, half a second clear. And starting is that Kevin goes P1 with a 26.2. And Drock goes P4, 27.2. Leninkovsky P3 in the other Mercedes with a 26.7. And last at a 152, so clear mistake from last somewhere in that lap. Brooks will be next in the second Red Bull. And it's P6 of a 33.6. Next will be NJ Devil to finish his first lap in the Haas. Back end wants to go through 12. Towards 14 and 15. Holding it in 4th gear. And up to the DRS line, DRS open. And NJ Devil goes P6 with a 27.6. Well, Adam has invalidated his first flying lap, and the two Williams yet to come out on track. And speaking of which, out comes Rigby now on the medium compound tyre as well. No sign of Connor coming out of the pits at the moment. As Losh improves in the AlphaTauri to go P3 for 26.5. second lap though on those softs from Lash. It's not particularly a tyre that he will want to start the race on. Bahrain being a very abrasive circuit. It's going to provide a few strategy options, however with only 12 drivers it shouldn't be too exciting, as Adam has spun coming through turn 11. I assume he has done what was trying to do what Lars did and set a second lap. That more looks like he's just parked up, however. Should be coming into turn 1. Decent first few corners from Rigby, as Connor has retired from the session as well. Comes the third driver to retire, as there's also a Red Bull backwards of Brooks in the final sector. Rigby's done a purple sector 1 on those mediums, and invalidates coming out of turn 8. Does Rigby, that'll be a frustrating one. Quite sure what Miles is doing. And then of course he starts his second lap in the Mercedes, using all the curb on the entry to turn 1. Tighten turn 2 up, wasn't the best run onto the second straight. Through turn 4, uses quite a bit of track on the entry to 10th up on his own time to purple first sector from the Mercedes. Turn 4 over the crest through 9. Really difficult turn 10. Gets the car rotated enough into turn 11. Stay off the inside curb, run the car out wide, bring it back tight for 12, open up the line. 3 temps up now for Leninkowski, runs wide through 13 again. Not invalidating through turn 13, which is surprising. Now rounding the final corner, DRS open up to the line, and it goes P2, half a tenth behind his teammates. As Kevin goes even faster in the other Mercedes, improves by half a second to a 25.8. Tracking with Red Bull. Coming through turn 11 and 12. And the back end comes round and rips off the right front suspension. As Rigby also spins, keeps it out the back here, to be fair, does Rigby. The game's fantastic physics model with the damage sensitivity coming to the forefront there. On reduced damage as well. Is anyone else on a lap? I would say is the only lap and it's 4 times down. Marsh is looking to improve again. Just slightly down on his first sector is Larsh. Zone round goes Larsh at turn 8 and into the wall, and again the damage model being absolutely fantastic, ripping the front wing off. Brilliant Codemasters, really good. Making cars made out of Lego. As Errant Wheel still at 10-13. So, and Brooks goes round. Another driver falling foul of 10-12. Was Kevin in the Mercedes coming out the pit lane for, I assume, is his final attempt. Miles is on a lap, only slightly up for the first sector. Through 10-12, 4 attempts up is the Ferrari. Runs wide at 13, again no invalidation. Again, great consistency from Codemasters. Now up to the line, where does Miles go? Goes P4, beats Larsh by 200ths of a second. Kevin will be the first of the drivers starting their final run in this session. And Kevin starting this final lap. DRS Open. Just a long run down towards turn 1. Red Bull coming out the pits, make sure to get out the way. Again, like his teammate using the entry curb through turn 1. DRS Open again, up towards turn 4. Spots just after the 100-meter board. This car turned in. Stay away from the exit curb. 1200ths up. Turn 8. Car rotated, back end wants to kick. Through turn 9. 10, misses the apex. To turn 11. Again, back end wants to kick out through 12. Still just only 100th up. And runs wide. And validates his final seeming attempt. Can his teammate though, who's 3 tenths up, runs wide and also invalidates. Marsh is 3 tenths down. Rigby is now out on the soft tyre. Just about keeps you within track limits. There's only 700ths up. Yellow flags in sector 2 for Larch. Don't think has spun. No, just seemingly backing off. So Rigby on the brakes into very nice turn 9 and 10 from Rigby. Towards turn 11. Through turn 12, 1.2 seconds up. At the moment he's stay P8 if he improves here, Rigby. So it might be better to actually back off this lap. Round to the final corner. And Rigby does improve and stays in P8. And yes, Catsby, there is debris on the track. The wheel has not disappeared from turn 13. See Brooks rounds the final corner. Up to the line. Brooks goes P6 in the Red Bull. Strong lap from him. And then Kovsey does not improve on a second attempt. Kevin came back out but doesn't improve. Unte doesn't improve either. So it looks like Kevin's going to be on pole. Unless Larsh is the last person who could deny him. NJ Devil has retired at turn 13. Was crashed out. Rigby's finished his lap. Larsh runs wide. Track extended to the finest. Into the final corner. Isn't enough for Larsh to maybe take pole position. It's not enough for pole, it's enough for the front row though. 26.2, still 4 tenths between P1 and 2. Kevin with a brilliant lap. Only driver in the 25s. Who comes into the pits? Don't think Lenikowski is pushing. He is, he's going to finish this lap. He's not got any ERS. Only a 10th down with no ERS, to be fair to Lenikowski. That's a superb effort. And then Brooks is not on a lap, comes into the pit lane. So there's Kevin on pole, ahead of Larsh. Lenikowski in the other Mercedes P3. Wednesday P4 in the Alfa Romeo. Miles P5 in the Ferrari. Brooks P6 in the Red Bull. Emma Trocker P7. NJ Devil P8. Rigby P9. Adam P10. Connor P11. And Queen P12. And then Adam, even though he's 10th, will get a free choice of tyre. Because he's not set the lap. It does seemingly look like that everyone is willing to do the 2-stop strategy. And Kevin's time ridiculously quicker than everybody else's, proving why he is tier 3. And not tier 4. And Larsh pipping Lenikowski by just 600ths of a second. And P2 to P5 only separated by 2.5 tenths, then there's another 6 tenth jump then back to the two Red Bulls in P6 and 7. Hopefully that's sorted. Let's see, so Adam, Connor and Karina have all chosen the option of the mediums. So they will be wanting to do a one stop from mediums to hards. Notably, unlike F1 2020, the two stop definitely seems to have an advantage around Bahrain. So we even more with the tyres. Game takes control of Kevin's car. Three at the back. Now just begin to line up. One game, decent camera angle. There we go. 5 lights on. And the green in Bahrain, and Lash doesn't get the best getaway from P2. And then Kowski immediately gets alongside the AlphaTauri. Into 10-1, Red Bull on the inside of Brooks also trying to get involved. Lash has held on to P2. Going through the first few corners, there's a spinner at the back, it's Rigby and the Williams. It's now up towards 10-2, Brooks has managed to get ahead of Leninkowski, who's ended up dropping to P4. Instead of promoting himself up into P2. As Semen Chocker has also spun at the back. Adam has made up already up into P5 from P10 on the mediums. So down to P6. Miles is going to drop down to P7. And your Devil stay put in. The Haas's Emin Trocker has also spun again and has gone into the wall. Leninkowski and Brooks are going to go side by side into 10. 11 is contacting the Red Bull. Brooks goes round and back down to P10. Adam is already up and down to P4 as Adam. To start in P10. Just come to the end of lap 1. It will be Kevin with a 1.2 second lead over Larsh. He'll be wanting to push with Larsh to try and get back up in that DRS. We've got Connor and Queen going side by side down the pit straight. Connor's going to brake later than the Alfa Romeo and keep hold of the position. As the Alfa Romeo bottoming out for turn 1 and sparks flying up. See Leninkowski beginning to put a bit of pressure on Larsh and was drifting through turn 9 and 10. Does the Mercedes. Back end really wanted to step out then. So that was looking like fairly equal for the top two. Leninkowski's used a significant amount more than Larsh. And of course my gap timer has not updated. Come on, game. Leninkowski's made a mistake and Mercedes has lost his front wing. Big mistake. Through turn 12. He's going to have to pit to repair the front wing as Kevin's the fastest lap of the race. The gap between the top two is definitely not 1:31. Leninkowski gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. See, Adam is now up into P3 on those mediums. And say right behind him, Adam gets a huge bit of oversteer. Through turn 4. I can hear you now. Oh, Adam goes deep into turn 10. That's an absolutely disgusting camera angle. Don't ever show me that one again. Atlantic not able to pounce on the opportunity that Adam presented. Yeah, they both went deep into turn 10. Opened up the door, just not able to take it. And DRS is now enabled. On board with Lancey. Turn 1 gets the move done. Things now, DRS rolls reversed up to turn 4. Is Adam close enough? Doesn't quite look like it. Well, it's not worth the fight, being on different tyre compounds at this stage of the race. Have you got party audio enabled? Because the stream cannot hear you, so you might want to go and change your settings that you can be enable your mic audio to be heard in streams. Yeah, I know the voice share needs to be enabled. I've just told him to do it. Adam's actually managed to hold on to DRS from Lansay on this lap. Decent pace at the moment, Adam. Only just over 7 seconds off the lead. Well, 7 seconds off the lead at the moment is the McLaren. But we'll have to make one less pit stop. And then Connor as well is only around about 10 seconds off the lead of the race. There's got move going on in the background between Rigby and Queener. The Williams and the Alfa Romeo. Towards turn 4 comes Rigby. Goes down the inside. He's going to go a long way round on those mediums and holds on to the position. As the Alfa Romeo superb defending to keep hold of P7, but Rigby's going to come back down the inside of turn 8. As he gets slowed down, leaves all the room in the world. Still side by side, these two. Needs to back out coming into this part of the track. Superb defending from Queener to hold off Rigby. Well, Rigby already below 10% DRS on just lap 5 of this race. It's going to be difficult to get that ERS back. Again, Rigby burning the ERS again. Down towards the final corner. Has a little look on the Alfa Romeo. He runs wide as well. Rigby just not got the power to get close to that Alfa Romeo. It's going to have to be late, and understand with Rigby there's no point dive bombing from that distance at this stage of the race. As all the yellow flags and Larshes spawn at 10, 6 and 7. Only now has Larsh been able to rejoin the track. Has he got any damage? Yeah, left hand side of the front wing for the Alpha Tauri. That's going to be damaging for Larsh. That opens up. Kevin now has a 5.8 second lead. Lansay and Alfa Romeo. Adam as well still might be about to lose the DRS on this lap as the McLaren, but keeping that gap around about 1 second to the Alfa Romeo. Still getting a small effect of a tow. It's doing enough. It's going to keep Adam in a position where he could maybe win this race by making one less pit stop. Back Engine Devil, Miles and Laninkovsky are all very close on track. So Miles is on the hard tyre, Engine Devil's on the mediums, as is Laninkovsky. You go down towards turn 1. Miles gets alongside the Haas. Is the Mercedes going to try and get alongside as well? He's going to go the long way round. This room's not there for Laninkovsky to get past NJ Devil. And now, coming up towards turn 4. So look for NJ Devil, nearly goes into the back of the Ferrari in front of him. He's not got the best exit. And Laninkovsky thinks better of putting his nose in a 10.6. And NJ Devil only loses 1 position rather than 2. These guys need to be clever about battling each other. They'd be wanting to go long into this race, knowing what their tires like. As Kevin is into the pits at the end of lap 7, as is Lansay, who picked up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
I think that should be better than
Go on, anyone in the chat? You hear them now? Adam is now up into... Just said, can you speak louder?
Can I speak louder?
There we go, that should be fine.
Yeah, I can try and speak louder.
Yeah, that should be fine. And I'll go...
Very close between the Lenikovsky guy. Oh, he's making a move on the outside.
10-1, or Andrew Devil's gonna completely miss his braking zone into 10-1.
That has been so wide.
Came back onto the track at 10-2, and Andrew Devil in the end now has lost out to both of them.
At least he got DRS though. So.
And two Alfa Romeo's now going...
Oh, Alfa Romeo and Alfa Romeo.
Yeah. Oh, that's around the outside of 10-9.
It's a tight one. Oh.
Screening gets a bit of a wobble on the exit. Once he's got past his teammate immediately. Wanting to get a move on, he's got to make up that pit stop on Adam now. It's the gap between the two of them. 21 seconds Ante has to make up as Queener and the other Alfa Romeo's lost it. At 10:13, and a full course safety car is deployed.
Oh.
Now. Kevin goes past the pit lane, chooses not to pit, as does Ante in the Alfa Romeo. Hart could definitely go to the end from this stage of the race. Miles has not pit. Neither does Lenikovsky, neither does NJ Devil. Rigby is next. Rigby does pit. Interesting to see what tyres this will be for.
I think it should be better for like volume, but I don't know.
Walsh also decides not to pit. So Rigby goes onto the hard compound tyre to the end of the race. That will be interesting to see what the top three do, because they were already past the pit lane when the safety car was deployed. By the way, Brooks, if you ever watch back the stream, by the way, Brooks, your helmet is amazing, by the way. I really like that.
McLaren is the bland old default helmet.
Let's see, is Adam going to come into the pits? It would be a no-brainer not to, considering he's not yet to make a pit stop. In comes the McLaren.
Oh,
Connor stays out in the Williams, and Brooks comes in the Red Bull. Does Kevin come in this time around? No, he does not. So they're taking a gamble. A lot of these guys here. See, Adam has gone to another set of...
I think hards could be the option here to finish the race.
Adam's gone to another set of softs.
They're gonna have to put again if they go. I don't see why you would go into soft.
And then Brooks has gone onto the medium compound tyre.
So is Larsh. And Emma.
Right. Kevin and Larsh pitted before the safety car came out, and Adam and Lance nearly hitting the safety car where it was positioned.
Devil and Rigby have had their second stop.
And NJ Devil is now pitted for the hard compound tyre.
Could be the move, honestly.
I can see the reasoning for the people at the back staying out and then waiting longer into the safety car period to put on the hard compound tyre. There is reasoning behind that. There's obviously less wear on the tyre behind the safety car. But
I think you could get a free pit stop if you use
the free pit stop, yeah, the free pit stops here, especially for someone like Connor who's in the lead, who's now coming in, is Connor. So Connor has played this quite clever and stayed out longer and put less wear on his hard compound tyres and put the wear on the mediums that he's obviously not going to be driving around at full speed on. No soft compound tyres ready for Connor. So only Angel Devil and Rigby have chosen to go to the end of this race. Miles is coming in to get rid of his hards. He definitely will not be able to get to the end, whatever he puts on.
Everyone on the softs now is going to have to pit again.
Even the mediums.
8 laps left.
18 laps on mediums.
I think he could probably do that. It will be very risky.
It'll be possible. The punches will be creeping around the corner. As always, Connor spins the safety car.
The Alfa Romeo is pushing it.
See how much of these guys as well going to be going as slow as possible under this safety car to put less energy through these tyres.
The Williams is also going very slow. I don't know why you're going to softs, honestly. I mean, push now and then pit again, but it's really risky. Position.
Quickly check track limit warnings for every driver. So Adam has 1. Brooks has, I assume one of them is for contact. Miles has 1. Angel Devil has 1. And Rigby has 2. Greener has 2 and is out of the race. Most drivers keeping it clean for track limit penalties. I'm saying. And Lenikovsky though, however, do have 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. Drivers getting very bunched up. Thing on this game, safety car drives even slower than it does in real life, so consistent, good on everyone for not hitting each other so far. Hopefully no one hits each other under the safety car. So is always okay. I thought Kevin spun for a second then, just having to slam on the brakes. Let's see, so Kevin is going to have to stop again, as is Adam. I would assume everyone at the moment could maybe stretch these tyres long enough to round about lap 20 to maybe put on a fresh set of softs. For someone like Kevin, who used all 3 sets in qualifying, will have to go to another set of mediums come the end of the race, unless he can stretch them far enough. The safety car's coming in, waits a long time to go, does Kevin. He's caught Adam napping a bit. As Lance saying the Alfa Romeo gets close. Look, Kevin sitting duck as Kevin nearly with no slipstream. There's bumping and barging through the first 2 corners. Adam has ended up losing out to the Alfa Romeo. Brooks has to take avoiding action coming into turn 4. It's been all clean up to now. No one's spun. And the positions stay fairly the same as what they were on that restart. Wasn't like tier 1 restart from last season. We all know that it ended for me. See Connor now all over the back of Brooks. Down towards turn 11. Of course, Connor and Adam on soft tyres. Everyone else is on mediums or hards. The pace advantage will definitely be there for those two. So Brooks runs a bit wide. Just to cover off from Connor. He's ran out of deployment on this lap. Has a look, does Connor into turn 14. Can't quite get anything of it. Miles gets a superb exit, does the Ferrari. He's also used all of his deployments. And it's got past the Williams, where Connor's going to look to come back into turn 1. See, Miles holds it. And Miles ends up getting ahead of Connor on the mediums.
That Williams at the back is Rigby's really falling back.
At the front, on this safety car restart, Kevin has not bolted as quickly as what he did at the start of the race on the softs. Obviously people aren't battling as much on this occasion. We'll be wanting to break that 1 second margin by the time they come into turn 1 at the start of the next lap, which he's very nearly close to doing. Sees Brooks has actually fell out of DRS from Adam, so the top 3 beginning to just stretch away a bit here on this restart.
Oh, Rebel
again, wide. Brooks runs wide through 10. 12. Getting a penalty for that soon with Brooks if he consistently keeps on doing it. So you go on board with Miles in the Ferrari. Kevin sets the fastest lap. The gap flickering around 1 second. And Miles behind Brooks isn't quite close enough to make a move at the moment. Oh, Brooks gets a big snap of oversteer. There's the Red Bull weaving all over the place into 10-4.
Oh, it's going to be close. Miles stays in front of the Red Bull. Oh, Red Bull goes
Brooks goes the long way round.
That was so rare. Oh, what was that? That was some...
So Miles gets the cut back at turn 8. And side by side, and Brooks completely barges Miles off the track, and Miles gets a 3-second penalty for exceeding track limits. Miles trying to come back again, but Brooks holds on to the position. Very aggressive from Brooks, probably a bit over aggressive on the defence as he goes round.
Suspense. Goes on.
So Rigby spun as well.
Rigby puts it in the wall.
Is that going to cause another safety car?
I don't know. That's
as Kevin moves right, just in the anticipation. As Adam sets the fastest lap of the race at the front.
On the soft tyres.
So he has a look and the switchback. And Adam ends up getting past.
That was very risky.
But no, lets him back through.
Oh.
I have a feeling there might have been an illegal overtake there as well when Larsh comes in. Way too deep.
Question is that going to bring out another safety car?
Perfect aerial shot of Larsh completely missing his braking zone into turn 4 and completely wipes out Connor.
It was kind of in sync as well, just seeing 2 cars spin.
Lucky. Max, if you're in the chat, can you just confirm, is side pod damage on for F4? Because if there is, Connor will have a significant bit of damage there.
I'm not seeing any.
And Adam has actually now got past Lancey. But it is free Kevin up to have now a 2.2 second gap at the front.
Then it goes wide.
See, does Larsh have any front wing damage from that contact with Connor? Doesn't look like he has any visual damage. But he might have some. Zelenkowski gets very close to NJ Devil into turn 1. When Zelenkowski puts the power down on the curb.
Yellow flag.
Goes into the wall rearwards. Just back onto the track does the Mercedes. Just on the curb at turn 3. Don't want to put the power on it like that. See, Adam at the front has managed to get the gap now back down to 1.4 seconds. Kevin's DRS lights flashing down the back straight.
I really make gear changes for the leader.
Is Adam going to be able to just get in that DRS? If he can get in it quickly, there is a chance that Adam can win this race, because Adam didn't take part in qualifying, he will definitely still have one fresh set of soft compound tyres, whereas Kevin does not. And they've all still got one pit stop to make. Apart from NJ Devil, who is in P5. At the moment, in the Haas, is running in a net P1, is NJ Devil.
Oh, and Connor spins, not Connor, Larsh spins. The AlphaTauri goes off the track.
Just got into the wall.
Very dangerous entry, what are you doing? Reversed onto the track.
As all Adam has spun from P2, he's kept out the wall.
Ooh, in P2. There goes any chance of winning for now.
Points Lancey to P2 and Miles up into P3. And then all these guys still do have to make a pit stop, whereas NJ Devil in P5 doesn't. If NJ Devil can stretch those hards to the end with the pace advantage of when the 4 in front of him pit for whatever tyre they put on will be large. So did Adam pick up any damage? I don't think Adam has picked up any damage. I just imagine that those soft compound tyres may feel a bit hot after that spin. It's called Larsh kept it out the wall with his spin, so it doesn't have any damage.
They just went into the polystyrene thing, so that was very lucky.
See, Adam's spinning has now presented Kevin with a 2.9 second lead. As all that gets on that curb at turn 7, very nearly loses his front wing. Does well to catch the car, and inadvertently only lost a bit of time. His NJ Devil is round at turn 7 and in the wall. Full course safety car.
Oh no.
And the one person who didn't have to make a pit stop is now out of this race.
Oh no. That has to have a snap a couple laps ago. The rear end.
So Connor gets a drive through for speeding under the safety car.
This is a
Leninkowski is also just spun in the looking from the background of Connor. Leninkowski is just drifted through turn 9. As Larsh also gets
a drive-through penalty.
Larsh also gets a drive-through penalty, so in the same position as where Connor got one, so might need to watch out coming through turn 10 of the Delta being a bit funny. But everyone is into the pits. From what I assume, for most of them will be... No, Kevin goes to the mediums. Miles has gone on to fresh softs. Lance goes to the mediums. Adam goes on to fresh softs, which he still had. Connor still has fresh softs to use. Leninkowski is serving his 5-second time penalty, as has Lance in the Alfa Romeo. So this is a free opportunity for them to serve their penalty. Leninkowski goes on to fresh mediums. Larsh changes that front wing, so he did damage that front wing with that spin. Puts on fresh softs, and Brooks puts on fresh mediums.
I wonder when Larsh and Connor are going to start their drive-throughs now. Gotta be soon, considering like there's only 10 laps left.
Well, the 2 laps under the safety car do count towards the drive-through. And the reasons we know this is the disappointment that came upon Alvaro Carreton. Yeah, so they will have to save that drive-through as soon as the safety car comes in.
Ooh, Connor got so close to Adam's second.
And Say and Adam are both using AI. Take a bit of a breather. This is going to be very, very interesting restarts. Now, Miles in P2 has the softs compared to Kevin in P1 on the mediums.
I think Miles could definitely push for the victory here. On the
Miles
softs,
has a
remember that penalty, that time penalty, 3-second time penalty. Even if Miles does get in the lead, but opens the space to be gapped with whoever is behind.
Miles has obviously has that 3-second penalty for exceeding track limits, which will be a detriment to his attempts at winning this race.
I think this safety car has helped a lot more people, giving the energy storage a chance to actually restore instead of free pit stop. There's not really any dangers for everyone's pit stop. Definitely a free pit stop basically. Except from last, so that's 2 seconds. At least 10 seconds.
Very... Larsh and Connor both, obviously being on fresh softs, they both have a drive-through, so the only 2 people really on fresh softs are Adam and Miles. So this is going to be very interesting to see how aggressive they're going to be, especially Adam being in P4. He only has to overtake Kevin and Lance. He does not have to overtake Miles. He's just got to stay close enough to the Ferrari. But if the Ferrari clears the Mercedes and begins to pull away, and Adam does not get past the Alfa Romeo and the Mercedes quick enough, Miles does definitely have an opportunity to win this race. He just needs to clear Kevin as quickly as he can.
I just realised the stream can basically not hear me because I didn't forgot to save it. That was my bad.
See, safety car should be in this lap.
Everyone's caught up. Race control, yeah, safety car in this lap.
And Kevin, he got it fairly right last time. Backed them up all the way to the DRS line.
Miles.
As all,
What?
As
What?
I think Kevin might have just either Miles went into Kevin or Kevin brake checked Miles, but they now both have a 5-second penalty. As they're all queuing up to go. Kevin's gone now.
Restart, that was amazing.
It's the top 4. It's the 3 wide for second place. Momentarily, the top 4 all close together. Lance goes all the way around the outside in the Alfa Romeo and ends up taking the lead. Miles and Adam have kept going. Kevin is.
Hello, flag.
Kevin's in the wall.
No. Oh, that's going to be front right. That's really bad front wing damage. It's going to have to be a pit stop. From leading this race to the back of the race.
Kevin was led it nearly for every single lap of this race.
Oh, that's going to be devastating.
But his promoted Lance Evans to P1 was absolutely superb on the brakes into turn 1, but he still has Miles and Adam right behind him. Adam's looking to move on Miles into turn 11. Miles, however, is looking for the move as well.
Get done.
These two on softs, really pushing the Alfa Romeo through that middle sector.
Flashing red for Miles on his energy.
So Miles has used all of his deploy on the restart. That's going to leave him a sitting duck.
A move on the outside.
Adam not choosing to go for that toe.
5-second time penalty, speeding in the pit lane for Lars.
There's Lars and Connor, I think, are saving the drive through. Adam goes the long way round on Miles into turn 1. And it's up into second place. No penalties. It's just him and Anthony now for this win. Miles with those 8 seconds of penalties. Don't really see any way that he can really attack these two at the front. So yeah, Lars and Connor have both saved their drive-through penalties. Lars picked up 5 seconds as he came into the pit lane to save it, but Kevin is now only just coming out of the pit lane. It's the Mercedes.
Kevin's race is ruined unless everyone crashes into him.
I think with Kevin now it'll just be take the fastest lap of the race. Let's see as Miles runs wide. Lance's actually managed to pull out the DRS of Adam. He's got around about 10% more ERS than the McLaren. That tyre advantage will definitely be there for Adam at this stage.
Adam's getting no DRS. There's no DRS even enabled now.
DRS has only just been re-enabled. Adam will have it just about.
Miles puts on that DRS, so does Adams. Chasing the lead of the race now. Yannikovsky getting no DRS, 2.3 seconds behind. What happened to Brooks?
And Brooks is disconnected. We've all got Lars and Connor going side by side into turn 1.
Move on the inside.
Battling over P6. However, Lars does have a 5-second penalty. Meanwhile, we've got Adam and Miles are also battling.
Connor with the DRS. Going on the inside.
Connor and Lars, they've already come together once.
That was a bad squeeze.
Very nearly come together again.
That was a really bad squeeze.
See, Miles had to go at Adam. Adam managed to fend it off. But they are still right on the back.
At this rate, Miles won't even get a penalty. Not a penalty, a podium.
Yeah, Miles is going to drop. Yeah, Miles is going to drop all the way down to P4 at this present moment.
Lars is going to lose that 6th place to Connor if it stays like this. Well, Kevin's just not going to be able to recover.
See, here comes Adam. Lance, no ERS, less than 10%. Down towards turn 1. Adam has a look. Late move from Lance.
Late braking there.
To turn 1. It's not got the exit though. Now Adam, long way round. Long way round goes Adam.
Oh, and they touched. They just touched. Adam's trying to hold on to the lead.
Adam just can't quite make the move.
3-second time penalty.
As all Lance picks up 3 seconds for exceeding track limits.
Somewhere.
And all of Lars has spun as T1 again. But all of a sudden, Adam doesn't need to make a move.
Adam can hold position. This could be a win if Adam makes no mistakes.
At the moment, there is a possibility that Leninkowski could actually end up getting 2nd place. He's just got to find half a second to get within the 3 seconds of Lance in P1. But if the top 3 start battling, that should be easier said than done. That ERS light's still on for the Alfa Romeo. Go round 2 into turn 1. DRS enabled, ERS deployed. Here goes Adam.
ERS,
outside this time.
Adam's making a move.
Into turn 1. Done before the corner.
Whoa, that's a beautiful move.
Easy as Adam would have liked that to be. Into P1. Doesn't need to win by the penalties. He'll take it on track. So Miles nearly goes clean into the back of the Alfa Romeo. He's got yellow flags as Kevin is.
Is that Leninkowski going slow?
No, Kevin is. Oh yeah, full course safety car. Lance was the one who spun. Very late safety car. That completely ruins Lance and Miles' race, because everyone's going to about bunch up.
Yeah, the penalties could take a really big effect.
Everyone's going to bunch up. They're going to have a 2-lap sprint at the end of this race.
I feel so bad for Kevin leading this race to out of this race now. Oh.
So at the moment, the net order will be Adam, Leninkowski and Connor come the end of the race. With Brooks P4, even though he's not driving. Lance will be P5, Lars will be P6 and Miles will be P7.
Lars span. Oh no, he didn't. I thought I saw Lars span. My bad there.
Let's see, Adam Bates coming into pits. Miles comes into the pits.
Miles coming into the pits. This
is quite clever from Miles. He's getting rid of that 5-second time penalty.
It's a free pit stop, and it's an easy way to get your penalty down. Being able to push on those new softs or old softs.
And he's only going to lose 2 positions by this. So surely Lars should surely pit as well. He's last anyway. Has a 5-second penalty. Will Lars pit? Yes, he does. Don't get another 5-second penalty, which he does not. And there we go. So that's all the 5-second penalties sorted. So only Lance and Miles have penalties now. Lance and Miles now are the only 2 with penalties. And that's for exceeding track limits. No, Leninkowski didn't.
How did Leninkowski just get out the lead?
Leninkowski was P4, landed and spun, promoted him to P3, and then Miles pitted.
Adam, 5-second penalty.
Adam 5 seconds. He's in AI mode.
Would that be speeding under the yellow flags, possibly, in Delta? I don't know how that was going to play.
I think Leninkowski briefly overtook him.
Very briefly,
and
I saw
I think the game is registered that Adam's AI was going slow enough that it allowed Leninkowski to go by, which he did, and he gave the position back, and Adam's AI's gone back through and not give the position back up, and it resulted in a 5-second time penalty. So Leninkowski, who in the opening laps of this race was backwards with no front wing. Now is staring down the barrel of finishing this race in P1.
Getting a race win in the pre-season in Bahrain, that could be detrimental to the season coming up ahead. And it's the restart.
Restart's gone as they're all bunched up once again.
Oh,
Adam moves over. Lance goes for the move.
That's 4 wide there. Oh,
so a few going off.
Miles
Connor trying to get himself
briefly.
involved. There's a
Yellow sector
Adam spins
1.
off.
Adam
Why into
did
the
everyone
wall.
that lead spins? That was unlucky.
And also, Lars didn't catch back up to the safety car.
Not at all. I did notice that.
So
When he was at the
Miles
end,
has ended up being the one who's taking the lead of the race. After all that, Lance's now P2. Leninkowski is P3, albeit is net P1 due to the penalties. Connor is now net P2 in the Williams. Brooks's AI is still net P3. No, Brooks has actually fell outside the 3 seconds already. That's how slow that the AI ghost is going.
Suck.
So Lars might. So Miles and then Lance is still going to end up P3 and 4 in this race at this present moment, but Connor is pushing it with falling behind that 3 second mark to Miles, which Miles has broke to him. There's going to be one final lap push for Miles. He needs 6/10 of a second, does the Ferrari, and if he gets it, he will win this race. Hot lap or nothing for Miles. This is P2 on the line with this final lap. And same for I'm saying the Alfa Romeo. There's an opportunity here to actually pull that 3 second gap. See, through the middle sector, this is where the softs will prove to give the advantage. See Miles gap up to 2.6, 2.7. It's growing.
It's going to be a tight one.
This is 2.8. This is going to come down to a few hundredths. For Miles, he's using every single bit of battery that he can use to just make sure he gets that gap on Leninkowski. It's 2.9 at the second sector split. It's 3 seconds coming out of 10, 12.
And Miles followed it though. That's the question.
It's dropping. This is going to be as tight as you can get. Miles comes out the final corner. Does the Ferrari?
3 seconds.
Runs out of deployment, crosses the line. Does Leninkowski do it? No, he doesn't.
Oh, Leninkowski up to P2. Oh, that was intense. That was the last line. I think that was a 3.0037.
And Miles on the final lap pulled 7/10.
Connor getting driver of the day.
Connor gets driver of the day. It goes down to me who gets driver of the day, and I'm going to give it to Leninkowski, even though he didn't win the race. He was backwards on lap 1 and still finished second. But that was absolutely superb from Miles. At the very end, took the lead. And then to pull the 3 seconds that he needed. So the final race results: Miles wins the first pre-season race of season 4 by 0.5
That is
over Leninkowski. Lance finishes in P3 in the Alfa Romeo with a 3 second penalty. Connor misses out on the podium in the end.
With the fastest lap by 2 seconds. That's crazy.
Lars finishes P5 after multiple spins. Brooks' AI finishes P6. Adam is classified, even though he retired on lap 28, albeit 2 laps down in P7. Kevin led the race for so long, ends up DNFing. Ended Rigby, Queena, and Em and Drucker all also joined the retirement. So
there are so many incidents.
So thank you everyone for watching. F2, F3 will be live shortly. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.